Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the things that you can utilize or use with Kami, and hopefully this will help you in any of your classes whenever you are opening an assignment using Kami. So let's say that you have an assignment. I just have one open um, as an example, and it says open assignment with Kami. So you click on this, and it should take you to whatever your assignment is. Okay, this is actually a different one. This is just an example I'm going to show you since it's blank. So let's say this is a worksheet that I had assigned. Okay, I actually did a couple months ago, and it can be any worksheet for any class. Let's say this is something that your teacher is asking you to complete. I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do with Kami. So over on the left side here, you'll see a kind of what I would call it a toolbar. Okay, and there are a lot of neat tools that you can use to help you with your assignments in Kami. So I'm going to go through and talk about each one of them. So select here. So let's say you want to select something, or you just want to choose some things. Okay, that's what select means. So if you just want to use your mouse, your cursor, just as a cursor, that's what you're going to click, select. The next one is dictionary. So let's say you are not sure what irrigation is. Okay, obviously we have the definition right here, but let's say the definition wasn't here, and I want to know what the definition or the meaning for irrigation is. I am going to just highlight that, make sure it says dictionary, and it'll pop up. So I now know that irrigation is a noun, and it's the supply of water to land or crops to help growth, which is very similar to the definition that's right here. Let's say I would like to, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce irrigation. Well, if I go to text to speech and I highlight irrigation, it'll tell me how to pronounce it. Let's say I want this entire sentence to be spoken aloud for me.
Irrigation, a way of supplying water to an area of land.
So there you go. The text to speech is really nice. And let's say you would like to have a paragraph read. So this first paragraph in the lesson summary, you would like that to be read aloud. You can highlight the entire paragraph, or you can highlight the entire page. However much you want to be read aloud, you can do that.
Early people settled where crops would grow. Crops usually grew well near rivers, where water was available and regular floods made the.
Let's say you want to change the voice. You can go down here and experiment with the different voices. And if you want to change the speed, make it slower or faster, you can do that there. Okay. The next one is markup, and this is actually a really, really useful tool. I know, at least as a teacher, it might be useful for you too. But let's find something right here. Okay, so if you look right here, it says underline the sentence that lists some of the problems caused by flooding. Okay, so I spot right here, flooding destroyed crops, killed livestock, and washed away homes. So that's a good answer to this, to the directions right here. So let's say I want to, it says underline it. So if you look right here, it'll say text highlighter. So if I want to highlight this sentence right here, see how it was just highlighted? Okay. If I want to get rid of this, there's a trash can right here. Click remove. let's say I want to, the box highlighter is, let's say you just want to create a shape. I'm just going to do that real quick. It'll highlight everything within that area, but I don't want that at the moment. Okay, this is a good example too. Let's say I've done something that I want to undo. Up here at the top, you'll see this undo button. Click that, and it'll get rid of the last thing that you've undone. Strike through, you're most likely not going to use strike through, but that's where you can put a line through the words and then underline. This is what we want to do. So I'm going to underline this sentence. So if you want to underline something, you can choose a different color if you want. It's automatically yellow, but I'm going to underline this entire sentence, and there we go. So it's yellow. And if I want to change the color, I can do that there, make it red, whatever you want. Comment. Okay. These I'm not going to go into depth. You can experiment with these at your own time. I'm primarily doing the basics today. Now let's say that you would like to add text. So let's say I have this right here. I'm going to use my text highlighter to highlight this. Oops, I made a mistake there, like I do often, so I use the undo button a lot. Let's say I want to highlight the directions right here. Let's say list 2 grains grown by Mesopotamian farmers. Okay, and in this box I want to type an answer. Well, I'm going to go to the text box over on the left side here, and I am going to, I'll keep the text black, but I want to write in this box. So when you have text box, you should see your what looks like an I. Okay, click where you want to start typing, and it's going to open a text box for you. Now, what I normally do before I start typing anything is I drag this out and then to the box, because if you don't do that, as you start typing over, it's going to go outside the box. So fill up the box with the amount of space that you want to type your text in. Okay, so list 2 grains grown by Mesopotamian farmers. 2 grains grown by the farmers were wheat and barley. Okay. And let's say I want to make this a little smaller. I'm going to go over here because it didn't all fit in. I'm going to choose 12-point font. Okay. So once you've done that, you have completed your answers. So that's a text box. Equation. This is social studies, so we're not going to use this. Okay, maybe your math teacher may request that you do this. And then there's a drawing. You can experiment with that. Shapes, you can experiment with that. And then erasers. So let's say you have created some shapes. I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to make a green square right there. And I have an eraser right here. So it says the first option is drawings and shapes. So let's say I want to get rid of that green square. I can do that. I can just drag across. Let's say all annotations. So an annotation is what you have marked on your worksheet. So this option is really nice because let's say you're like me, and a lot of times when I am learning and I do something the first time, I'm not satisfied with my work. So let's say I just want to start new. and I want to completely remove everything. This is where you can remove something. Okay, so I can click on that, I can click on that, and I can click on this. Okay, and that's how I can remove anything that I was not happy with. Okay, let's say I was happy with the last thing that I had, the underlining there. Okay, I can go up to undo. And actually that was removed. Okay, I believe if you refresh the page, I think what happened there is, because I can go in and I can change the name of this. On yours, that undo button should be there. Okay, so here, hopefully this helped with some of the things that you can do with Kami. Let's say you want to put a signature on to your document. You can do that here. Let's say you want to move this this toolbar right here to the right side. You can do that. It'll move over to the right side. Let's say I need to move my face out of the way. You want to move it back to the left side. You can do that. Let's say you want to hide it for a second. You can click on these arrows and it'll make it smaller, but it'll still show you everything. Okay. So again, hopefully once you have added Kami to your Chrome browser, then once you get to your worksheet, something like this, it should be a lot easier. Oh, one last thing I wanted to show you is how to turn it in. Okay, I think I need to refresh. And maybe it may not let me show you this because I'm a teacher, not a student. Okay, there should be a turn in button up at the top right. I believe they'll say turn in. You click on that and then it will submit it as a submission in Schoology. Okay, so that's a great thing about Kami. Once you complete it in Kami, all you do is click turn in and it'll send it to your teacher automatically. Let's say you want to download it to your computer. There's a download button right here. You can download it however you'd like, and it'll download as a PDF. You can see down on the left side here, it downloads to my computer. If you want to print it, you can print it here. If you want to save it, you can save. It's going to auto save for you most likely. And let's say you want to share it, you want to email it or send the link to someone, you can do that up here. Again, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to message me, or we can set up a time that we can video conference and I can share my screen and show you how to do these things. Thank you for watching.